How y'all doing today? Today we're going to attempt to do a tune-up on a 2013 Dodge Compass 2.4 double over cam on the Jeep Compass. Okay, first you want to do is get a socket remover, flathead screwdriver. You get yourself flathead screwdriver, T30 thorax, and what you're going to do is there's a cover on top of the motor. You want to take that off. Put that to the side. Get yourself a socket set. Take your T30. Your T30 will remove the bolts that are holding on the spark plug igniters. So what you want to do is loosen those up, take those off, pop them off, put them to the side. Get your spark plug remover. You're going to need some extensions because they're down in deep. Take your spark plug out. Take your new one. Place it in. Hand tight first. You do not want force. You do not want to use force. And when you do apply the ratchet, I usually take my ratchet off and do it hand tight. And when I get my ratchet, I'll just tighten it up, just not too much, but just enough. About a quarter of a turn I do. Boom. Take that off. Get your T30. Get your T30 ready. Take your spark plug thingamajiggy here, because that goes on top. That slides on. Put your bolt back on. Spark plug boot, sorry. Screw that in. Make sure that's tight. Not too tight. You don't have to over tight things. That's not good. You don't want to be stripping materials or the thread. Okay, on to the next one. Number 2. Take out your boot. Put down your spark plug remover. Socket. Okay, there you go. Once I usually get started and it's loose, I usually just take my ratchet off and go hand tight, because I don't really want to. Spark plug gets loose and I don't want to be messing up my threads, because these are all aluminum. Draw the spark plug. So they weren't too bad, but they gotta go. Factory gap. Slide it down the hole. And tighten it up. Quarter turn, not too tight. Put your boot back on. Secure it with the bolt. It's a thorax bolt. T30. Tighten it up. Cylinder number 3. Slide the boot off. Get your socket back in there. Loosen her up. Socket number 3. Spark plug number 3, sorry. It's a hot day out here, boys and girls. I'm going to do this as speedy as possible. But you won't go too fast because you don't want to mess things up. Hand tighten. There you go. Bang. Number 3. Socket boot down. Spark plug boot, sorry. Like I said, I'm no a grade A mechanic. I just figure things out on my own. Try to save myself money. Alright, that's what it's all about. Save $1. Let me see if I can angle the camera down a little bit better for your viewing pleasures. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Make sure it's tight. Number 3. Bang. Move on to the last plug. Slide your boot up. Now you might have to take this boot off because there's a lot of mechanisms. Grab that screwdriver, pop that safety pin back, go underneath, and right there, there's a little clip. Slide your clip out, slide your boot up, place it somewhere safe, put your socket back down, loosen that puppy up. Sometimes they feel extremely long to get at, but don't worry, she'll come together. There we go. Fire in number 4. In tight. Like I said, you won't go too tight. You do not want to go too tight. Okay, so put your boot back on. Fasten it to the clip, give it a little shake, rattle, roll. Make sure she's on good. So there you go. Pretty much spark plug's done. Okay, spark plug's done. Keep that tight. Let's move on to the air filter. Okay. So what we'll do now, we'll grab the air filter. Place right there, air filter. And what I think we got to do is we got to remove the top of the air box. We'll do that with a flathead screwdriver or 12 mil. I should have grabbed the 12 mil. It would have been a lot faster. But I'm just trying to do it like commonly, so you know, so things that you do have pretty much at home that you can use to get the job done. Actually, I'm going to need so I might need a couple little things, but don't worry about it right this second. And if I'm mistaken, we got one in back of here. Pretty annoying to get at, but you can remove your air filter. Okay. That's the hat. Okay. Got another screw right here. Yeah. Spark plugs, air filter, and cabin filter. Okay. Be right back. Almost there. Okay, so lot of bolts. If I would have known it was this many bolts, I would have got my impact gun and would have had these off moment, like probably about three years ago. Why so many screws? Unbelievable. I guess that's why they charge you so much by the hour. So many screws. Can't do it at one. Can't make an hourly rate off you. With all the technology and cellophane and silicone and stuff like that, you guys tell me you can't make up a box that's airtight without 50,000 screws? Unbelievable. Okay. So there you go. Move that stuff back. Move that stuff. And now you're going to get to your air filter. Here's your air filter box. You want to wiggle your air filter off. Yeah, she's pretty beat off. Yeah, if you got anything in here that's too big or just too much, just get your vacuum and vacuum this thing out. That's your air supply. And your air supply you want to try to keep that as clean as possible. All right, so let's pop the new filter in. New filter, brand newy. Wiggle jiggle, wiggle jiggle. Set that back down. That's your coil pack, I'd take it. Okay, so that's set in there. So I'll assemble that, you've seen that. So what we want to do now is, one sec. So I removed my glove box already. So I got the glove box removed. So I'd say you just take this, pop this out, your airflow. Whoa, nasty. That's pretty nasty. Take your new box. Excuse me. One second. Okay. So here's your new filter. New carbon filter. Slide that puppy in there. Boom, bang. There you go. Put your air filter cover back on, or your cabin filter. Let me see if I can show you how to put this box up here. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to happen. Well, you just put your glove box back up. There's little hooks on the back of it. So once you find those little hooks in there, Actually, there's 3 of them. And there you go. So that's how you perform that one. There you go. Let's put your cover back on. Pops that back on. Pops your air filter flow director back on. Start popping your screws back in. So there you go.